Welcome to today's Shakespeare's Sonnets, and today we're going to go ahead and do another one of his sonnets. Sonnet number 9. Well, we're getting closer to the end of the procreation sonnets, and now it's just time that we go ahead and do something a little new, shall we? We're still in the poem. Still in the lines of we gotta convince the boy to marry, or else the world will die. Or else the world will weep kind of argument. However, this time they actually say the world will weep instead of your widow and those kinds of things. And this time they actually tries empathy, but I think you gotta find out for yourself. Is it for fear to wed a widow's eye that thou consumest thyself in single life? Ah, if thou issueless shalt hap to die, the world will wail thee like makeless wife. The world will be thy widow and still weep that thou no form of thee hast left behind. When every private widow well may keep my children's eyes, her husband's shape in mind. Look what an unthrift in the world doth spend. Shifts but his place, for still the world enjoys it. But beauty is waste, half in the world an end, and kept unused, the user so destroys it. Now love towards others in that bosom sits, that on himself such murder's shame commits. Now I would argue that this sonnet is really just the same as the rest of the sonnet, except here the argument's a bit different. Here that he actually tries empathy instead of just going ahead. You should go ahead and get a son or daughter, because if you don't get a son or daughter, you're gonna go ahead and kill yourself, not by death, but in actual DNA wise. And that actually kind of makes sense. Even if your DNA is diluted by 50%, well, at least you can get things going too. And also, you might be scared. It also gives an empathetic argument. Also, pretty honest, I don't think that this is real, and everyone won't actually believe this. Here, in this one, the world will be thy widow, that thou no form of hast left behind. When every private widow well may keep by children's eyes her husband's shape in mind. Now, this is the answer to this. Here's the solution to this, man. So, the question here is it for fear to wed a widow's eye, that thou consumest thyself in single life? AKA, is it, are you scared that you're gonna go ahead and make your spouse weep and cry because you died, so that you go ahead, because you died, so you go ahead and live single life? And then it says with the poem quote I said before that, here, I just go ahead. Here, he just basically says that, alright, it's okay. She's always gonna weep, even if you die before her. And if you have a son or daughter, at least you can be in there. At least she can remember you by looking at your child. That works out pretty well. And the rest, it just works out pretty well too. It just says that now that that's worked out, you can go ahead and do everything you want. I remember your father by looking at you. That works out pretty well, don't you think? That's practically sonnet number 9 here, just saying, don't care if you die, so that your spouse would weep. Well, you have a son or a daughter, and because you have a son or daughter, she will remember that. She will look at the child and remember you. That works out pretty well too, if you kind of ask me. Personally, I probably will do these decisions by myself. But nowadays the world's kind of weird. Sure, we're still at 1 billion population in China. However, the problem is that like most of them are old people, and we don't have any new fresh babies coming in to actually fill the void of the people retiring, working age people retiring. Oof. And that's about it. So if there is anything you'd actually like me to, you think I missed, well then tell me in the comments below. And so I guess until the next episode, beautiful people, bye bye and subscribe. See ya, wear a helmet. Is it for fear to wed a widow's eye, that thou consumest thyself in single life? Ah, if thou issueless shalt hap to die, the world will wail thee like a makeless wife. The world will be thy widow and still weep, that thou no form of thee hast left behind. When every private widow well may keep my children's eyes her husband's shape in mind. Look what an unthrift in the world doth spend, shifts but his place, for still the world enjoys it. A beauty's waste, half in the world an end, and kept unused, the user so destroys it. No love towards other in that bosom sits, that on himself such murder's shame commits.